Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the 7 TV. This is your
Press conference.
reaction.
West Brom and Leeds. West Brom v Leeds.
How you doing, Danny?
I'm good, yourself, Lee?
Yeah, good. How you doing, Jess?
I'm all good, Lee. I hope you're doing well yourself, mate.
How you doing, Dad?
I'll let you know when we get into it. I genuinely felt sorry for Farke doing that, according to Renee. Big up, Renee. Hi up. She's awake.
Big up to Roland.
Yes, Roland. Have you finished school now?
I'm definitely not doing good, but are you with friends? Big up, Renee. Hi, Leeds Angels. Bless her. Leeds kid, are we doing well? Did you get any satisfaction then? No, he said that he's definitely. He says that he's going to be leaving. That's what he says. He says, I expect he will leave. It's not in our hands anymore. The news come out during the prep for the game yesterday afternoon. Georgie was aware. I was aware. The players too. It was difficult, but fair play to Georgie for not ruling himself out. He asked to sleep on it overnight and wanted to help us. This morning was emotional. He has more or less said goodbye.
It's interesting how he's confirmed that, but Brighton manager were very quiet on it, Stu.
Yeah. I think difference in managers, isn't it? I don't mean that in a nasty way, but there's a difference in golfing Premier League manager to Championship manager, a bit like the division. Should he have said all that, Jess, do you think?
Well, it's not like it hasn't been broke, Stu, so I'm a bit shocked he come out and just said, yeah, he's going.
Yeah, it's all right. It might fail a medical. You know what I mean? So it might not even be going. But it more than likely is.
Well, let's start with team news. The only player who's in a bit of doubt is Verba. Is the only player who's a doubt. Now,
big loss, that, Stu.
Massive loss. Don't know what we're going to do with that. Then. Don't know what we're going to. I don't know how we're going to go up, Jess.
Don't know what we're going to do with that. Our world here.
Warrior, a bloody. I don't know. Of a cartoon program, maybe not a bloody warrior on pitch. Just watched that Bull, and we're done in the transfer window. Youngsters to come through. But he did say though, Danny, didn't he? That there will be players coming in. He did say that.
Yeah, it did say in the back end of it. It says he's very confident next few days that something will be coming in. So whether he knows something that we don't.
Story of our lives, isn't it, Danny? The fans not knowing anything what's going on. Right. Quick
enough in a press conference to say, yeah, Rutter's gone. Why aren't they quick enough to say who we're signing?
One thing I took from that press conference, Jess, which is really concerning me. You know, when he got asked about player contract release clauses, and is that it now? Is that is the date as everyone else fine? He didn't say yes.
No, he didn't.
He says, I'm not going to discuss anyone's player contract. I still think there's still some active release clauses.
Future players that come in, he said that won't happen again. But the current squad, we don't know what release clauses are in there. I'm not talking about Rodon or Bogle, but the rest of the players that were there last season, who's to say what release clauses are in there? Dan James, Wilfried Gnonto, all those sort of players. Ampadu. We don't know, do we, Stuart? And Renee's made a good comment in chat. Parag has said they weren't any more release clauses after Aaron, so now we know they lie. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree with you, Rennie Lovelace.
And do we think that there's more to go? Jules thinks there's more to go, and Renee's
I agree. At least Nonto. Agreed. And I've got a sneaky feeling Firpo might still go.
Oh, Jess, if that happens, our squad's decimated. I mean, it's already decimated. We've lost the spine. But you lose your Firpo and your Nonto. Wow.
Could you just imagine if Joseph goes as well?
I'm just being pragmatic, Stuart. End of the day, we don't know what release clauses is, and then we know Everton have come in for Wilfried Nonto. Is it going to be another last day transfer day, players going out? Who knows? Firpo's only got a year left on his contract, Stu. We can start talking to clubs in January overseas. I don't feel like Leeds are going to, if they couldn't even be asked to change Rutter's contract. I don't see him doing anything. Don't be surprised if there ain't more outgoings. I'm not saying there won't be incoming, Stu, but there'll be nowhere the quality that we've lost. No chance. And anybody that believes that, you're delusional.
You know what's coming to my head, Jess? You know, like my head works in weird ways. Do you know what I see? Ellen Road as the pitch, a game of battleships, left wing back, boom. You know what I mean? It just feels like it's a battleship ground. It does. It feels like a battleship ground playing battleships. You know, left wing back, is that a hit or a miss? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. And those people in that chat that were calling for Farke to be unquartered and all this sort of stuff, you're wild. The lot of yous. It's disgraceful.
Yeah, you can't blame Farke for any of this, can you? You just
Can you
can't.
balls?
Before I signed that contract, I didn't know. Before I signed my contract to take the job on, didn't know nothing. It was after when I signed the contract, we looked at player contracts.
You see, 49ers will have known what contracts were what. I don't think they've told him full story before he signed.
Agreed. He looked very, what's the word? Downbeaten, did Farke. If I'm honest. Big up, Crew.
Big up, Crew. I hope you're doing well, mate.
Look, Stu, let's be frank. If that were a Premier League manager that had walked, our best players getting sold. Farke gets us up this season on that current squad and maybe a few additions. That guy's done fantastically well.
I just can't see it though, Jess, unfortunately.
Not on that current squad, Stu, no. Not even who were new. There's nothing he's other than Rowe. Have you really heard all else? It's all nitpicks. There's nothing really, concrete. And like Danny says, we haven't even got an offer in for Rowe. It's interest. It's time to pull the finger out and get the players, Stu, now.
So even
I had my one.
Even Daniel Coy's there, Jess. Big up, yous are in a mess this season. If I was the manager, I would walk. And and kept saying quality gone, but nothing coming in.
Yeah, but they're not going to say to us who's going to come in, who's going to come in, who's going to come in. Because then
hang on a minute though, Danny. They were quick enough to say Rutter were going out at door. Do you know what I mean? So you can't have it both ways. You can say that, but he could have said something to soften blow, just to calm nerves and tensions a little bit and said, but look, we are working on deals and, you'll know as soon as I know. I don't believe they're working on anything at the minute. I think that shocked them.
Or he could have said, oh, look, we've got one coming in, but I'm not naming names.
Yeah, just to get them Leeds fans a bit fired up, thinking, yeah, all right, somebody else is coming in. At the minute, it's like, it's chaos in it, Danny, to be honest.
See, if I were Farke in that situation, right, and if I knew a couple of players were coming in, I would have said something like, "Oh, I'm excited for the transfers what are possibly going to come into the club." He could have said something like that, then that would have made the Leeds fans feel a bit more happier. You know,
Yeah, but
but at the moment,
that's all right. Him being excited, it could be somebody that he's excited about, but it could be somebody that we just think, oh, is that it?
I think
You
that's
know
what
what I
we're
mean?
going to get anyway, Danny. I think that's what we're
I
going to
know,
get anyway.
I know.
You know, I think the worst thing what could have happened for Leeds United with that news yesterday about Rutter breaking at midnight, midnight, well, midnight. Sorry, that's the worst thing what could have ever happened to Leeds United, because they didn't really have that much time to react with the press conference being today. It would have had to been what's the word? What's that word when you get when you're it would have had to be you know, made aware of what's going to
Yeah,
be asked from the press conference. Yeah, he would have had to be made aware, and he probably didn't have much time to even come up with any suitable answers. What's going to settle the fan base down?
yep.
Whatever he said today wasn't going to make anyone feel any better.
No.
It wasn't. You know, he could have said we're going to win league and all sorts, but no one today will believe him, because at the
And
moment they don't believe the 49ers at the moment either.
do you know what got me in that press conference as well, when he says we was the favourites, we was the favourites.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. How anyone in the club can sell 3 of their best players is a disgrace. Do you know something, Daniel? I don't just think it's going to be 3. I think we're going to sell us 4th. I do. I think he'll go.
But Kamara would have keep out as well. So Creswell. Then he even got talking about, did he, Cooper and Naylor? He
Yeah,
even brought Cooper and Naylor. These fans are all whatever will lead. Certain fans will Liam Cooper and that. That was my opinion, but you can tell he's saying we haven't replaced Cooper, we haven't replaced Daly. And I'm not saying about them as players, but I'm saying about what they offered as well as inexperience for that team. They haven't done that. They haven't replaced Creswell. They haven't replaced Rutter, Somerville, Kamara. The list's starting to go on. It's hard. It's pressure. Farke's under a lot of pressure, Stu. And you might be right. You know, this August could be worse than last. What you were saying last night, this is before Rutter, we even knew Rutter was going.
The worry I've got, Jess, right, is we've lost as leaders. We've got no leaders left. You've lost your leadership. You've lost. I'm not saying your leadership council or all like that, but we've lost as leaders. In Cooper, Ayling, we've lost them. We've massively lost as leaders.
There's nobody that can grab them by scruff at neck, jeer them up, and we were saying this last night before Rutter even went. Stu, we had this conversation on Match Reaction. Maybe people actually need to start listening to us a little bit more, because I think we speak sense on these channels. I really do, between ours and between Lee's and my channel. But people think we talk nonsense.
I think Gamperdo's too quiet.
He is. He's not a Liam Cooper, you know, that can jeer him up. Shithouser, Ian.
I genuinely believe this, Jeff. I think giving him the captaincy it's too heavy for him. It's got.
Who would you like to see as captain, Stu? If you don't mind me asking, and Danny.
I'd have probably gone with somebody that's been there quite a bit, somebody like Pascal.
About you, Stu? It's hard, isn't it, to think of a player who you can think can really be a captain. You know, somebody like Virgil van Dijk, for example, at Liverpool. You always see him barking orders, pointing, you know, all this sort of stuff.
Mm.
Who in Leeds actually does that at the minute?
We ain't had anybody in Leeds that does that since Gordon Strachan.
Yeah, but we're real on here, Daniel. No disrespect to Tottenham at all, but when we already said on previous show what we did with Stu this morning, we don't think Leeds will go up. Danny said 10th. I said we'll be lucky to get it top 6, and Stu said it. We're all real with it. We're not sitting on here bullshitting you. In that current squad, even if he recruits, it's going to be they're not going up automatically. It's no chance. And if Farke does it, he deserves Manager of the Year. You better believe your bottom dollar on that.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried about not getting relegated. I don't think we'll get relegated, Renee, but we've got more chance of getting relegated than we have getting promoted. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I am worried about getting relegated because if it carries on the way it's going, we could end up down there.
But football ain't written on paper neither, Daniel, is it, to be fair? And we've got to see what he brings into this. It's very hard to judge it. I know we've had a lot of outgoings and we've lost top quality players. For example, Archie Gray. But we've also got to see what he brings in. I'm real with it. I don't think we'll get automatic promotion, and I didn't think we'd get automatic promotion before Rutter left. But what I will say is we can't judge it until at least the transfer window's closed and see who we do get in, because we're all getting, vexed about it. But let's see who he does bring in or they manage to get in, because there's no way it replaces what we've had, no chance. But we need some players in my opinion, Stu.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. And I kept like I said to you, the thing what were really playing with my head a bit was how are we expected to get promoted when we lost two of us better players? Now it's going to be impossible to get promoted because we've lost three of us better players. The way of thinking has switched so much. It's switched so much to, I don't even think we'll make playoffs. If I'm honest, I don't. And I don't want playoffs anyway because we all know how that goes, Danny.
It's like me though, Stu. I was like you the other day, confident top two. Now I'm confident we might even just get 10th.
Big up, Ara. And he's saying here, Daniel, look, the ways you're going, you're screwed this season. Makes me laugh when they all come in here on about Leeds, but if we went in there about Tottenham, it'd be a different story. If that were your club, you would be in meltdown, Daniel. Your club are in meltdown when they sign Archie Gray, mate, to be blunt.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's not a good player. And I'm not saying you, Daniel, because you always backed him, but your club are in meltdown when they signed Archie Gray. We're in meltdown because we've sold out our best players. And we're not in meltdown because me and Stu and Danny said it on that playoff game after. All these players will go. We're real with it. We knew it were coming. There's other content creators out there that'll go out there and hype it up. Leeds on that current squad will not get promoted. They'll be lucky to stay up. Tough season for Leeds this season, in my opinion.
And the worst thing is, guys, right? This is everyone in chat as well. We've sold the most. We've sold the most. We've brought in the most money this transfer window in any club in Europe, not just the Premier League or Championship, but Europe, right? And the worst thing about this is we haven't got a pot to piss in. If you know
Exactly.
what, if you excuse the phrase, we haven't got that money. We haven't got the money to spend, and that's the most hurtful thing. You haven't just lost your best players. You've lost that revenue and all.
Exactly. And we said it's Stu, Leeds were in more debt than anybody anticipated. Everybody saying, it's only 70 million or this. I know, Lee, I know you're not in here, and I'm not digging at anybody for mocking, but I just think we've always been very respectful in other chats. That's all.
Jess, do you think Farke knows that his chances of getting promoted now has gone up the Swanee?
Yeah, because you heard him say we was promotion favourites. When you're saying was, not are. Farke's even saying to himself now, look, this is going to be a real tough ask to get up. I think even if you looked at Farke's press conference, which we all watched, he looked drained in his Stu. And if he was Daniel Farke, I wouldn't blame him, Stu, because to be blunt with him, Danny's had rug pulled from underneath him. He's having his balls twisted that much. That guy, it's more or less saying to him, and he's going to always back his club and everything else and say, look, it's going to be tough. But we, I suppose, have to look at it, give it 2 weeks, get to the end of the transfer window market, see who else we've lost, but let's see who else we've gained. And then we judge it from there and say, are we promotion title favourites or are we going to go up? Then it's the time to already. Big up Ara as well, and big up to Rennie.
We've been cleaned out too. But it
You're
sounds
right.
like it sounds like his bank machine. You sound like our bank's being robbed, and it probably has. To be fair, it has been
Stu,
robbed.
you can't polish shit.
No,
Excuse the pump, but you can't polish shit. And if you've got Rutter, Archie, Somerville, Kamara, and they're his spine, Stu, what he said, you know, we all said after pre-season, it looked quite promising for Leeds. You know, we were quite happy. Iffy result at weekend, but it was first game at season. Obviously, the last night's result was absolutely shocking. We deserved to go out. But after what he's had actually going on in the last few days, you know, he's done fantastically well. And Rutter, to his credit, went a bell end and said, I actually not playing. He still put himself there. So, you know, good luck to Virginia Rutter. You reap what you sow, Stu. And he had a fantastic season last season. Credit to him. I hope he does really well for Brighton. It's a good move for him. But am I gutted to see him go? Yeah, of course. I'd be lying. And I'm not delusional neither, like some fans that think that squad's still good enough to go up. Yeah, we can still get promoted and that. Still quality. It isn't.
No,
It isn't.
it's not. No, it's not. It's really not. It really isn't. And look, it doesn't matter who he brings in. They are not going to be suitable replacements.
They're not.
It does depend who he brings in. If we get somebody like Smodics and all the best Championship players and a few Premiership players, if we can get them in, we could still do it. But they're not going to be the equal thing of Somerville and Rutter. If we can get a few in there that, you know what I mean?
Adequate replaces, Danny, you know. Not square pegs, round holes. If we can get some quality, you know, Whittaker at Plymouth's a good shout.
Smodics, maybe, even though I don't rate him. You know what I mean? And
if the, you know, Spurs have got some decent players that we could get out on loan. So was Liverpool. Let's wait for their squads to get announced. See if we can get out on loan as well, because there's some real good players in that loan market. No, it ain't going to be Jorginho. No, it isn't going to be Chris Somerville, but they're irreplaceable, and it tells you how good quality those players were, because they've all had Premiership moves and one to a French top flight club as well. So it's not like they've gone to dingy clubs; they've gone to decent clubs with great prospects. That shows you how good they were, and we all knew this.
Feels like a pump and dump scheme to me.
yeah, but Rennie, how many times have you had a pump and dump?
Don't say that with Big Johnny chat. He's lucky he ain't dumping. Oh dear me, be giving him ideas. Sorry, Stu, I kept it clean as I could. When he went on about me sucking on that e-cig earlier, you know what I'm saying, Stu.
Yeah.
Big John.
The dirty old man.
Oh, bless them.
Here, Daniel, you didn't see that press conference, and Danny and Stu will back me up here. The amount of comments that were coming down there, go and hang yourself, Farke. You're out, Farke. And all this. How's that Daniel Farke's fault? It ain't. You can't blame him. His hands are tied, Stu.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that as well. And he's not gonna publicly criticise the board, because he'll never be out of a job. And he even said, didn't he, this is the second best job behind the
Other than the
Pope.
Pope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he knows. This is why I said to you, is Farke a yes man at Leeds United? Is he a
Seems
yes
to
man?
be. If we get off Southgate, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because he don't think he'll get another big job like Leeds United again.
A lot of these managers nowadays, though, don't call the owners out, because they think to themselves, if I get sacked and I go to another club, they're going to think, well, if I do something wrong and I call them out, you know what I mean? So that's why they don't do it, a lot of them.
I would have look. I'm too honest. I would have said, look, it looks like we're in a mess at the moment, but please bear with us. Give us a chance. Let's show you what we're bringing in. But he couldn't even do that, Jess. He couldn't
No.
even do that. He couldn't
I
even
think
say it.
finances are that tight at Leeds that he's going to real struggle.
I
He
agree.
don't know what he's bringing in. That's why Stu can't say it.
Yeah.
Because we haven't heard out from other clubs saying that Leeds have put in a bid for their player. There's been nothing.
No, the only one that's going round is the Jonathan Rowe from Norwich, and that's speculation. That's not a bid.
We haven't even put a bid in yet. No. I mean, someone said that we put a 6 million bid in for him, or 7
Yeah.
million bid for him. I don't remember how much it was. But we haven't gone back with a follow-up bid. It's just been quiet, and it's just been dead.
Yeah.
So it's all right us monitoring the situations and stuff like that, and we remain interested. That's not good enough for me. If you're interested, pay the bloody money, like you said, Jess. Pay the bloody money. Ask Norwich what they really want for him. What let's no bull. Let's get round table. What do you want for him? If you want Rowe, how much do you want for Rowe? Right, it's going to cost you this much. Take it. Then Leeds United have got to say, right, we're going to pay it, or we're going to move on to the next target. That's what needs to happen now. We haven't got time now to keep waiting for weeks. 25 days or 26 days since we last signed a player. Something like that. That's ridiculous.
You're telling me, right? If Messi in his prime were going for £40 million and Liverpool were interested, they wouldn't have just gone out and signed him.
Exactly. It reminds me of that Arsenal deal with Luis Suarez when they're coming with 50 million and £1.
Yeah, £1, wasn't it? Yeah, £1.
Yeah.
That would take it piss, wasn't it?
Stu, I'll be back. I'm just going to jump downstairs. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just going to jump off and get a drink. I'll be 2 seconds, mate.
Right, go for it. The pressure on Farke now is now on because they still think it's easy to go up. It's not easy, Jules. We know that, my love. Never watch press conferences. What's the point? Why listen to a politician? Don't listen to what they say. Just watch what they do. Yes, actions speak louder than words. You say, now you scooped. And I agree. Look at the performance in the last 2 games. Yes, 6 goals conceded. Leeds Angels, not brilliant. Not brilliant at all. With his first team and his bench players, not brilliant at all. You know, and I think I tell you what has died down, Danny, which I'm glad about. People saying that we had the best squad in league.
We did until Rutland and Somerville went.
Yeah. I can't argue with that. We did. We didn't. Yeah. Agree, Daniel. Farke had nothing to do with these idiotic release clauses.
Yeah, he didn't. But the 49ers did. They were there when all these contracts were signed, when these players came in.
They were ones who had to step in or get the Rutter deal over the line.
Yeah, because they give the money to it.
Yeah, they paid for it. It's easy to blame the people who are no longer at the club, but sometimes you've got to take responsibility for what when you take over that club.
Yep.
Is the debt repayment a bigger issue than the club letting on? I think so. Coover is letting on. I'm guessing because it seems madness to let all these players go as the season is starting. Hard not to use the word crisis. Unfortunately, Coover,
All I know, it was 190 million that we had to pay over 3 years. Yeah. Now, the way it's going, I'm looking like we're trying to pay it off this season. So we haven't got it to deal with in the next.
That's suicide, Danny. Selling your better players to do it.
That's been detriment to our club, then, you see.
49ers have to take at least 50% of the blame for this, you know.
They do. Because, all right, they let them say they didn't know, right, about these contracts. Let them say that. But you're not telling me that they couldn't renegotiate with even the players that went out on loan. They could still renegotiate for them. All right, well, this contract now, we're going to give you this thing. And after this season, your clause stops. You know what I mean? Or they could have said to oh, look, give us one more year. If you go up, you can still have your relegation release clause, but it might be a bit less than what it already is. You know what I mean?
Scooby says, we've got other leaders. We've lost quality. We had half the team for the Prem. How many now?
We haven't got. Who's the other leaders? Who's the other leaders that we've got? Name the other leaders.
See, the second part of the question is interesting. How many Premier League players have we got left?
We
Not
didn't have any
James?
Premier League players. We didn't have any Premier League players anyway because they didn't go up, so they're not Premier League players.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. See, James has just been. That's another good point, Jess. Do you think other clubs are looking at James?
Maybe. Who knows,
We
true.
don't know.
James and Nonto and Firpo, really, are the three more. Gruev maybe as well.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but
saying
Byron
Medley.
hardly ever plays. Doesn't he?
Medley might have.
Byron's a bit injured. James the leader? Really?
No, James isn't a leader.
Pascal, Ampadu, Rodon, James and Byron. Byron very rarely starts though. James I don't see as a leader. Rodon,
In what way is he calling it a leader? By going out and playing well on the pitch, or is he calling it a leader that shouts and gets his players everywhere? Because for me, I'd rather have somebody organising the team out on the pitch than somebody that heads the ball here and there. You know what I mean?
He's got a calf injury. Calf.
So Max Verber's got a calf injury.
It's the only injury down to face West Brom.
I'm not surprised he's got a calf injury with all that weight he's carrying.
he was struggling to get back last night. It must have been when he was running to get back and slided in that he did his calf. And is that another one that's out at door?
Well, we know he doesn't want to be there. We know if a top level club would come in for him, whether that's France, Spain, Germany, England, he'd go like a shot.
Yeah, but it's all right saying top level club, Stu. Is he a top level player?
No, I don't think so. He's an international player, but he's not a top level player.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like Gruev. He's an international player, but he's playing at Leeds. That's not top level, is it?
Joe Rodon
Joe
is
Rodon.
captain.
He's too quiet. Coover. He's too quiet on the pitch.
So what we're saying then, really, is that the only one you can really give it to is Pascal.
What?
If you're going to give it to somebody that's been here a long time, Stu, which normally happens, it's either Pascal or Bamford. They've been here the longest, and you can't give it to Bamford because he's not fit enough to play half at time.
What's the catching? I'm going to measure.
Misley, though, he's one of the worst.
And Meslier is, for me, isn't what he was when he first come. So yeah.
Why do you think all our players have had a massive drop off, though, like Mesley and stuff, Danny?
Right, Meslier, I think he's had a drop off because he's got nobody there confident enough to challenge him. So he knows he's going to get picked all the time. So
even Rodon's had a 2 shaky games. He hasn't been the same player. He hasn't.
Like I said in earlier live show that we did, we've had players before that have played well when they've been on loan, like Jack Harrington. And when it comes to signing them, they're not the same player.
Farke looks good. Angels. I am not. I am not. I'm not going to blame Farke. I think Farke, because he's there, because he's front and centre when it comes to games, interviews, he's the one who takes all the rubbish.
That should have been. That should have been today. Perard should have been sat with him today as well to get some questions answered.
I think so. I do. Especially
Never
a series like that.
Never mind putting a stupid statement out about our fans are the best. Well, show us that we were the best by getting players in.
I don't know. It's not great, is it? It's not great. Good evening, Elisa. Hope you're doing well. Only because my friends, only because you're my friends, not some. I promise. No worries. And Mouse behind it comments, guys, really bad. Let me see if I can find any comments. Right, I am not so confident in that, and because we have no idea how many more release clauses are left. That's what I'm frightened of, Rennie. Really is. Are we in the top half by Christmas, guys?
We might be in top half, but we hope it won't be up at top near table. Might be 10th, Angels.
We might be top half of League One.
I'll tell you where I think Leeds will finish, Angels, when I've seen rest of transfer business for Leeds. Until then, I'm going to stay strum.
I had us in top 2. Now I'm in 10th. I'm going to be like Jess. See what happens at end of August. Whether I change my mind or not.
Agreed.
Scooby D, to correct me, the best captain I've seen at Spurs was Steve Perryman. He led by example and calmed the team talks. 3 players in the Premier League, yes, but that was with Bielsa as the coach.
What Daniel was saying, it's bang on money as well.
I won that.
It happens a lot in football. A lot of these players that we're complaining about that are leaving and that, they've got no infinity to Leeds United. They're brought in. You know what I mean?
That's your outfit, innit? It is, innit?
Yeah.
I can't wait for Saturday to see you. I'm really looking forward to Saturday's stream. Blow a bit of steam off.
I don't know. I think I might have gone a bit. I'm doubting my own costume, and that's weird.
You doubting yourself? I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm doubting myself.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh dear me.
Are we going to wait 4 years to go? It might even be longer. It might be another 16.
Harness and stuff actually was the last man back. Think about that. And the youngest lad on the pitch, being trusted as the last man back. Because in a way he was the most experienced.
How was he the most experienced if he's the youngest?
Angel's going to be putting angel dust over Ellen Road.
Fucking hell, you need to put more than that on there, Angels.
Let me know when you're down there, Angels, and I'll carry your crystal ball down for you.
Maybe Farke could ask the Pope for some holy water.
He might have to get hold of Pope, Stu.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Mid-table right now, in my opinion, but if more players leave, I'll be worried.
Could happen yet, Cooves, that, mate.
2 more got the gut feeling.
Angels, who's you 2 then that go?
Civil and on. Could be with it. Wanting not on world, but yeah, I agree with you there, Stu.
Yeah, not on Woba for me. I just wanted to see what Angels.
Which two players do you think's going to leave?
Well, probably
Yeah.
Max Weber
Yep.
and probably Purple.
You think Farke?
Mm.
There's a question. If you had to get rid of one of them out of Farke and Nonto, who would you get rid of?
For me, Monto.
Yeah.
Nonto. I'd keep Firpo because I think he's done fantastically well since January, since he's come into the squad.
Yeah, yes. He has. Can't believe we're bloody comparing two players and who would you want to keep? We shouldn't be coming to this at this stage of season, then.
If you had,
Rene's only got a year left on his deal and he can start talking to people in January. And,
if you had a choice, and they were both on the same amount of contracts and everything else, and it was Weber and Firpo, and you can only give one of them a contract, who is it?
Farke.
Firpo.
Yeah. Firpo.
Yeah, Farke, definitely. 100%. 100%.
Also, what we're getting me in that press conference chat, has Bamford got a release clause? They don't realise he's going to be here till the contract runs out.
Bamford's going nowhere, Danny. We've got Bamford for the long run. I can guarantee you that he'll be still there at the end of transfer window. Bamford's going nowhere. No.
The players we want out at door, we're going to end up keeping them and sending the names from the stand.
But what gets me with all these keyboard warriors online, we're all singing, "Oh, get Bamford out, get Bamford out," but in the ground are singing Bamford's name. You know what I mean? It's
You'll have half
Agree,
a crowd
Renner.
the Patrick Bamford and other half a crowd will be saying, "Get out of the club." God, it's going to be a night. The atmosphere at Ellen Road's going to be awful.
Thank God it's an away game this week, Stu.
Yeah,
them away fans will still give them some gift. Don't worry about that.
Thank fuck I'm in hospital Saturday. That's all I can say.
Thank God I'm not here. I'll be back night time, but not daytime.
Stu's got the lovely pleasure of that. Sorry, Stu.
Cheers, Jess.
If I'd have been here, Stu would have backed you up, but I'm not.
I've got Stacey. I think Renee's jumping out. I think I've got a crick neck knee, you know. Don't know what I've done to it. I'm looking up at that telly and stuff. It doesn't help.
Been telling you that for weeks about that. You'll get a crooked neck.
Yeah, I know. I've moved it down to the bottom now. No other idiots will pay Bambi what we do.
You're not wrong there, Renee, love.
Bambi,
Yeah, all right.
life prison sentence.
I've had a few people last couple of days on X saying, "Oh, you're backing Bamford again this year," and I said to him, "I backed him last year because a lot of people were putting him down." You know what I mean? I did it to wind everybody up and say, "Yeah, I'm sticking with him this year. We can go for me."
He scored goals when he was fit.
Yeah. What they don't realise is that run that we went on, 12 games or whatever it was, he was part of that. We wouldn't have probably got anywhere as many results as we did without him being in scoring goals. All right, he didn't score many, but you know what I mean? He still helped.
David Mellon, hope you're doing well.
Big up, Dave.
Outlets. Out of that sit last night, left the ground on the 80th minute. Back to the coach, ready to go home, and then the extra 8 minutes added on. You didn't miss a lot, David. 4 years ago, Bambi, time up for Bambi. I promise you I'll get as much footage for that video, Jess.
Cheers now.
Why are you going to the game now? I think you'll be on it fun there. You just have to put camera on yourself.
Maybe Marseille will pay Paddy's wages, partner in with Eddie.
Eddie Nketiah's not going there. They can't afford him.
So 50 million Arsenal want for him.
Yeah.
What would he? Our fans deserve better treatment, need honesty and tell what is going on. I agree. It's the Leeds Angels. Bambi is okay when he's fit, yeah. Arsenal Paddy would be great for your bench. Steve, hope you're doing well, mate. After watching Farke's news conference, I am not surprised. We lost, as everyone said, they knew about Rutter leaving. Most psychological thing.
No, but it's not, because they could have gone out and said, right, we know he's leaving, let's send him off with a win. You know what I mean? Instead of just fucking putting their heads down and just making an excuse.
Yeah, then it's you're getting told off by Naomi.
I don't worry, I'm used to it.
Our fans will not.
Shut up, Roland. Don't even start, you. Go get tuck shot filled up for tonight and go get lines wrote down.
Yeah, have you got your packet of quiz ready for tonight, guys?
Okay.
Boycott all the home games.
Yeah, but that's not going to help. That's not going to help, is it? Because then we never knew that we're going to need to try get players in. No, you don't have 70 grand a week wage. You've done 44.
44? Still
Yeah.
4. Too much.
That's
Make sure we're getting these likes up, guys, yeah?
That's 43,999 more than what it should be.
Big up, Rosie.
Hey,
Big up, Rosie, love.
How's Jim?
I love
Oh,
that
dear.
barge. I love that barge. I'm Rosie and Jim. It were a nice barge, that.
What is it about?
Stu. I said Jack Clark, Peter, on stream we did previously. That's what I've heard as well. We're going in for Jack Clark.
25 million though that Sunderland want for him.
And Tottenham get 40%.
What gets me though? Yeah, we can pay 25 million pounds for Jack Clark. Why can't we pay 10 million pounds for Rutter?
I know.
Isn't it? Defeats the object.
I agree with you. I agree. We need to get players in first where we need them. We need to get the replacements refit. We need to get the replacements first, and then concentrate on other areas if we've got time, which I don't think we have.
Well, in his press conference, he didn't, because I'm going to reiterate: we need a left back, a centre midfielder, a cover for Crean. Now we actually need a cover for Rutter.
I mean, who's an adequate replacement for Rutter?
I can't think of anyone.
Or Cree, for that matter.
Yeah, we can't think of anybody, but we could. You never know. We could go to somewhere like South America, like Brighton have done, and found a couple of gems. You know what I mean, over there, like they have done. That's where the scouting should be. Red Bull have got meant to have all the scouting thing. Why aren't they helping us do it?
I'm still baffled with that Red Bull. It don't make a lot of sense to me, but there you go. If they let her become owners, it don't make a lot of sense.
Could you just imagine if 49ers have sold all our major assets and then go, right, we sold to Red Bull?
Ouch. The Miaris League for a very long time to come. Gooby says he'll play Brendan in the middle. Who do you play? Who do okay? But after players, Rutter is. I wasn't sold on Brendan Aronson yesterday, Scoops. I wasn't sold on him.
Yeah, he's not a winger. He's not a winger in Aronson. So if he would play on wing, it thing. Well, I don't even think he's a footballer. But there we go.
I agree, Danny. It's a very sad day for Leeds. It's just frustrating, but we'll have to see where they're going transfer market from now and see. We'll adjust it for me at end of this transfer window and see where we're at. Am I happy? No. Very disappointed. But that's the problem when you have release clauses, Stu, like that.
And it's not that as well. I do feel sorry for all these content creators that are out there that, you know what I mean? Content is what earns them money and gets them things and gets them subs and likes. And when they're not getting any news as well, they can't do nothing, you know what I mean? So it's things. So I do feel sorry for a lot of content creators out there as well and stuff like that. So it's.
No, it's a shame what's happened to us. It really is a shame what's happened to us. You know, I think if we'd have kept that side together, a couple of additions, we would have got up this season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, anyway, Lee.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a tough ask. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Southampton have got a better. Burnley have got a better squad than us. Sheffield United have got a better squad than us. Even Luton, to be fair, have kept all their players.
Yep.
Really together, bar one. You know, and I do feel for Farke because when your balls are getting twisted like that, Stu, there's not a lot he can do. He can't go in there and say, I want what, you know, demand he can say who he'd like to get in. But it's up to the 49ers to pull the finger out. And all this reinvestment and all this waffle they've been thinking.
No.
Agree with you, Steve.
Elon Gruev has put a picture of him and Farke, him and Rutter up, saying brother.
We're heartbroken sign outside of it, Stu.
Yeah, I think that tells you all you need to know, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, well,
Normally when they do something like that, that means that he's the next player out. Because if you remember, they did a picture of Archie Gray, Rutter, and Somerville, and all three of them have gone.
Yeah. What time are we doing prediction show? 5 o'clock, Jess?
Indeed, 5 o'clock, mate.
Good. Well, so anything good else I want to say before we start wrapping up? So I'm going to grab a cuppa.
Nope.
No, Stu. I think I've said all I've need to say today over the last 2 screens.
Yep. I agree. Lee?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do your favourite thing? Thanking everyone for...
Thank you for watching Leeds TV.
Thank you to your panel, Danny and Jess.
Thank you, Jess and Danny.
No problem at all. Yeah.
And we'll see you all again at 5 for the predictions.
Can I just ask Lee a question? Because he's the most optimistic out of us all. Are we still going to win the league, Lee?
No.
Wow.
Says it all when even Lee don't think we're going to do it.
That is brilliant, isn't it? And on that note, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching this Stuff on TV. Only one thing I have to say, it's a goodbye from me.
It's a goodbye from me, and we'll see you very soon.
And it's a goodbye from me.
Take care, everybody, and see you all for the prediction show on JS Red Talks Football. Look after yourselves, keep safe, speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.